Hello there.
Welcome back, my friend.
Hello, what have we here?
Jedi, we've been expecting you.
Knew I could count on you.
Hello.
Welcome to the rebellion. Quite fun.
What's up, everyone? Hybrid here, and today I am very excited to bring you a review for a brand new Mandalorian and Grogu action figure. Today we are taking a look at the awesome Colonel Ward figure as played by Sigourney Weaver in the upcoming Mando and Grogu movie. I am so excited. It is always fun when they bring in a big box Hollywood actor into Star Wars. I know some people consider it distracting, but I have been a fan of hers for years, and it's just cool to see her pop up in a galaxy far, far away, something that I love very near and dear. This figure is part of the new wave of Mando and Grogu figures, and she looks really good. Some of the promo photos made her look extremely square-jawed. That was something that a lot of people were talking about leading up to, and I agreed on the promo photos. It looked extremely square-jawed. In person, it's not so bad. I think they were just coincidentally picking some not great angles on those promo photos. But that said, this figure does look nice in hand, and I'm so excited to share my thoughts about it. So stick with it. We're going to go through and do a thorough review, as we always do, starting now. And here's Colonel Ward, still in the packaging. We're going to take a quick look at that before we dig too deep into the figure. This is your standard Black Series offering, with a Black Series logo above a big window showing her and her one accessory off nicely. She is number 4 in the Mando and Grogu line, which you can see with the number 4 there. She's Colonel Ward in the Mando and Grogu dark purpley blue coloring. They chose Warning 4 Plus Hasbro. Side of the box features a cool bit of artwork of her standing there all heroically, her name down at the bottom. This side features a wraparound stripe, a wraparound blue logo, or wraparound window, wraparound stripe, and then the Black Series logo. Around back is a zoom into that side art, a Black Series logo, a bio about the movie in 5 different languages. Pause and read whichever language best applies. She's once more number 4 in the line. That is above a bunch of legal stuff and logos and barcode and more legal stuff and a hanger tab up top. Very standard Black Series packaging. Let's go ahead and open her up and take a closer look at everything going on. So here we have Colonel Ward out of the packaging, and I am so excited. This is our first new version of the Rebel pilot body since X-Wing pilot Luke in 2013, and I am so dang happy that they didn't just slap a Sigourney Weaver head on that sculpt, because she's a rather tall lady. I did not realize this until doing some research, but she is like every bit of 6 foot, and that will not work on that old body. That like 5'6" Mark Hamill body is not going to work. It worked for Wedge. Wedge was not a super tall guy. It was a little bit rude to use it for Dave Filoni. You know, he's not 6 foot, but he's not as short as Mark Hamill either. And so it's nice that they are finally trying to make some new versions of the X-Wing pilot body. This is very similar to the original trilogy style. However, she does have the belts hanging down either side of her legs instead of down the center and then hooping around the knees, as is more Rebellion style. But she is New Republic, if you will. It's a very similar type of outfit, though, to where these parts could be interchangeable. So she looks great. And taking a quick look at this helmet, because this is her one and only accessory, and I will say, I will criticize that, because I think she probably should have just come with that New Republic rifle that they gave the Dave Filoni Trapper Wolf figure. That's probably going to come with the Carson Teva figure whenever Hasbro finally decides to make what we want. I think she should have just had that rifle with the stock they all come with, or the standard Rebel pistol or something, even if she doesn't use it in the movie, just to give you the ability. She has trigger fingers, Hasbro, like, come on. But this helmet does look very, very nice. This is a new sculpt as well. It no longer features the chin strap. It features the microphone over the mouth. Has a very nice translucent yellow visor and some excellent paint going on there with the gold New Republic medallions with the Rebel crest in the middle. Just a very, very nice looking helmet. And yeah, I have nothing negative to say here. It's just, it looks the part. And now, when you go to put it on the figure, yeah, after you let out your Lego Yoda death cry, I will let you know that that is actually okay. It is a feature. I panicked for a second when I first went to put it on, but I will explain. So here we have those brown pads in there actually go around the front of her hair, which makes it a very nice and snug fit to where you only see her face. X-Wing pilot helmet visors are movable in universe. You don't see them do it a whole lot, but they do flip up. The Black Series roleplay helmets have actually included that feature very well. So if you look here at this visor that fell out, there are tabs on either side. So this is actually meant to be a feature, so she can maybe flip it up and communicate without looking through her sunglasses, because everyone knows that jerk that wears their sunglasses indoors. But you can tab it in over there and then work it in over here. You just kind of have to feel around until you eventually feel it peg in exactly where it's supposed to go. But once it's where it needs to go, and maybe this needs to be up a little. There we go. You actually get it in, and it's nice and secure, and you still see her eyes through there, and the microphone aligns with her mouth. It's touching her mouth a little bit. She is just straight up spitting on that thing every time she talks, but that's all right. But it looks the part, and she's every bit an X-Wing pilot now, which is really nice. To pull the helmet off, again, just so that we don't lose that visor. And that's going to be the big thing. It's such a little accessory. I foresee a lot of those getting lost, but that's just how it goes sometimes. Let's take a look at that Sigourney Weaver likeness. It's not bad, actually. Again, like I was saying, some of the promo photos made her look extremely square-jawed. It's still here a little bit, but like they were like giving you that angle almost, and like, hey, she's square-jawed, and yeah, I guess at that angle, sure. But you actually bring her in, you get it like a nice dead-on, you know, a little bit of a side profile going on. It's really not as egregious as the promo photos made it look, and that's the thing. Some of these Hasbro promo photos, and I love them, but, you know, you get in that like really harsh, bright studio lighting, I say as I've got a ring light and a bunch of lights up on either side of the table, but, you know, that harsh studio lighting, and sometimes you lose some of the detail in that, but you actually get it in hand and you take a look. This is pretty nice. Her hair doesn't have its normal, like, poofy volume to it, which I feel also is hurting the likeness. But, you know, again, she's got to be wearing that pilot helmet. I think we're probably going to get a Colonel Ward later on that's more her Adelphi base look that we see in the trailer, you know, that, like, green, like, outfit she's wearing. And with no helmet required there, I certainly hope that they change out this hair. It's a glued-on hair, so they could use the same face. I think the face is fine. You know, Sigourney, she's just got volume, you know, she uses Maybelline or whatever, so, but it's still not bad looking either, you know, it's got some nice sculpted texture to it, and, you know, it's very much recognizable. Working down from there, they have done all of the modern treatment on this X-Wing pilot mold. The flight vest is a rubber overlay, which I love to see, and then the undersuit is this well-sculpted, fabric-wrinkled, orange baggy flight suit. It's got the tools, little like pipes stuck in the shoulder pouches over there, and there's an empty pocket over here. The belt is a little plain. It is just in gray rubbery plastic, but that's all right. And these straps are very rubbery. There's no getting in the way there. They are very, very nice. I do ultimately like how those turned out. Gloves are nice. She's got a little like comlink type device there, and pockets on the pants going down. She's got the standard Star Wars cylinders on the boot. Don't know what any of them ever are, but everyone has them, it seems, in a galaxy far, far away. And the boots themselves do look very nice as well. Even the pilots wear a knee-high black boot in Star Wars. That's just the uniform of the galaxy, if you will. But she looks excellent. Just has great articulation. And or great, you know, like sculpt, and we'll talk about the articulation. That's great as well. Something I like about the proportions here is this body, you know, it's not very feminine, but it's also not very masculine. It's like a very generic, you know, and again, she's tall. So I think they're going to get away with using this for different pilots, you know, male pilots, you know, especially some female pilots. When you get like to the shorter ones, I maybe could see that old Luke body getting reused. But you know, like for her with her height, this definitely has given us a new body mold that can be used for just about anyone in the line, and I'm really excited about that. But to run through some of that, as mentioned, great articulation. She features the double ball neck system, allowing her to look that far up, that far down, and some side-to-side action, and some pivot. She can come up to a T-pose where there's a nice deep butterfly joint. 360 rotation at the shoulders with the single jointed elbows that go a little past 90 in the swivel. There is a glove rotation, and then the ball jointed wrists go all over, which is really nice to see. She features that mid-torso ball joint, allows her to crunch that far forward, which isn't a ton, but all right, and then that far back, and then getting her back in position, she can do a pretty wide split. She can kick straight forward, tiny little bit back. There's no upper thigh cut, but the single jointed knees swivel, so that's kind of where you get the rotation on the leg if you need it for a pose. And then the boots rotate. Always love to see a nice boot rotation. It's becoming more and more standard by the figure. And then the feet can point really far down, really far forward, and there's a forward-facing pin for rocker, allowing you to get her into some decently wide stances with both feet flat on the ground. So, yeah, ultimately, she does actually articulate really nice. It's a pretty good-looking figure, all said. Here's Colonel Ward with all the Remnant Imperials and the Mandalorian, so it's really cool to see her. Again, in this pilot gear, we haven't seen her in any of the trailers yet, but it's nice to know that she might get her, boots off base and go on a mission, potentially with Mando. But I really love how this figure turned out. The scale with the Remnant Stormtroopers seems to be really good. Same with Mando. I'm just really happy seeing this set together. This is a very exciting wave, and it has me feeling very excited for the movie. So at the end of the day, what do I think of the new Colonel Ward figure? I think she's great. Beyond just being a great representation of the character in the film, in a costume that admittedly we haven't seen yet, but I trust Hasbro to have gotten an X-Wing pilot correct in this case. It's awesome to get a Sigourney Weaver figure in the Black Series, and this new body mold just has infinite potential for future releases of different X-Wing pilots. This is what we have been asking for the longest time, and Hasbro has come out and they have played ball. They have cooked, they hit, they have done everything right. I really do like this figure. Unfortunately, by nature of her being a little bit more boring, by being the girl X-Wing pilot with no guns, I can foresee this figure ultimately being the one getting left behind on shelves by a lot of people. That's how it was when I made my first Walmart stop hunting for this wave. It was her and a couple of the Stormtroopers left, but some of the Stormtroopers had been grabbed up. She had been left behind by someone else, which is unfortunate because, I'd like to see her perform well. She's a character I'm excited to see in the movie. But I guess we'll just have to see ultimately how things turn out. So that's all I got to say on her. I highly recommend her. If she's in any way interesting, you should go pick her up. So I'm going to go work on something else now. Thank you so much for watching my video. May the Force be with each and every one of you, and I look forward to talking to you in the comments on this one, the next one, and every other video. Peace.